Have you ever wondered why you keep falling for the same type of person, even when it leads to heartbreak? That mysterious pull towards certain individuals isn't random, it's orchestrated by deeper forces in your psyche. Like a script written in invisible ink, these patterns guide your attractions without your conscious awareness. Deep in your unconscious mind lies an archetypal image of your ideal partner, what Jung discovered as the anima in men and animus in women. This inner image acts like a projector, casting its light onto potential partners and creating that magical feeling of recognition. But here's the twist, this projection often carries both golden light and shadow, leading us toward relationships that promise healing but might recreate old wounds. The painful patterns you experience in relationships often feel like a broken record playing the same song. You swear you'll never date someone like your ex again, yet somehow find yourself drawn to similar personalities. This isn't bad luck or poor judgment, it's your unconscious mind attempting to resolve unfinished emotional business, trying to heal old wounds through new relationships. Your partner selection runs far deeper than physical attraction or shared interests. The unconscious mind has its own agenda, often choosing partners who trigger our deepest patterns, challenge our core wounds, and mirror our disowned parts. That instant chemistry you feel with someone might actually be your psyche recognizing a familiar pattern, even if that pattern has caused pain in the past. As we explore the unconscious blueprint shaping your romantic choices, you'll discover why understanding these patterns is the first step toward transforming them. Section 1: The Unconscious Blueprint. Your first experience of love wasn't romantic, it was watching your parents dance their relationship dynamic. Every gesture, word, and silence between them etched itself into your developing psyche. That emotionally distant father. He became the template for how love feels. That mother who used love as a bargaining tool. She shaped your expectations of emotional connection. These early imprints aren't just memories, they're active forces shaping your adult attractions. Even if you consciously reject these patterns, they operate beneath awareness, pulling you toward familiar emotional landscapes. They create their relationship patterns through a complex web of early experiences. Think of a child learning to navigate their parents' moods, one day showered with affection, another met with coldness. This emotional inconsistency becomes oddly comfortable, even arousing later in life. You might find yourself magnetically drawn to partners who recreate this emotional unavailability, not because it's healthy, but because it feels like home. Your unconscious mind recognizes the familiar emotional dance and mistakes it for love. The wounded inner child sits in the control room of your romantic choices, pressing buttons you don't even know exist. Your adult self might desire stable, nurturing love, but this younger part seeks to resolve old hurts through recreation. When you meet someone who triggers these old wounds, perhaps through their emotional distance, their need for control, or their unpredictability, the inner child awakens, hoping this time the story will have a different ending. This explains why logical relationship choices often feel empty, while destructive ones feel magnetically attractive. Attraction to the familiar creates a peculiar paradox in your love life. Despite knowing better, you find yourself drawn to situations that echo past pain. A woman who watched her mother sacrifice everything for an unappreciative partner might unconsciously seek men who demand similar sacrifices. A man who grew up with an emotionally volatile parent might repeatedly attract partners who create drama. They're not choosing pain consciously, their psyche is attempting to master old situations by recreating them. This pattern continues until consciousness illuminates these hidden mechanisms. Your conscious preferences, the list of qualities you think you want in a partner, often bear little resemblance to your actual choices. You might say you want someone stable and available, yet consistently fall for the emotionally distant type. This isn't hypocrisy, it's evidence of the unconscious blueprint at work. The qualities that trigger deep attraction often connect to unresolved aspects of your early relationships. Understanding this gap between conscious desires and unconscious choices becomes crucial as we explore the shadow dance that occurs when two people's unconscious patterns collide. Section 2: The Shadow Dance. Picture your last intense attraction, that person who seemed to glow with a mysterious light, who awakened something deep within you. This magnetic pull wasn't just about their physical appearance or personality. You were encountering your own unlived potential, your shadow self, wearing a human face. Those qualities you find irresistible in others, their confidence, creativity, freedom of expression, often represent parts of yourself you've pushed into the unconscious. The attraction you feel is really your psyche recognizing its own rejected parts. They carry within them an inner image of their ideal partner, shaped by both collective archetypes and personal experience. This internal image, the anima in men, animus in women, acts like a powerful projector, casting a magical light onto potential partners. When someone matches this inner image, they appear surrounded by an almost mystical aura. You're not just seeing them, you're seeing your soul's image of completion reflected back at you. This explains why the early stages of attraction often feel spiritually significant, as if you've known this person in a previous life. The dance between psychological opposites creates some of life's most powerful attractions. You might be drawn to someone who embodies everything you've denied in yourself. The reserved intellectual falls for the wild artist. The responsible caretaker becomes fascinated by the free spirit. Your conscious mind might question these attractions, but your psyche recognizes an opportunity for wholeness. These relationships often feel both destabilizing and liberating. They're challenging your established identity while offering a taste of your unlived potential. Every significant relationship serves as a mirror, reflecting back parts of yourself you struggle to see directly. That partner whose emotional intensity frightens you. They're showing you your own buried passions. The one whose ambition makes you uncomfortable. They're reflecting your own denied desires for achievement. This mirroring effect explains why relationships can feel both profoundly attractive and deeply disturbing. They're bringing your shadow, everything you've rejected about yourself, into sharp focus. Your unconscious draws you toward people who embody your unlived life. If you've built an identity around being practical and responsible, you might find yourself inexplicably attracted to artistic, spontaneous types. These attractions aren't mistakes, they're invitations to expand your identity. The qualities that both attract and unsettle you in others often represent your own potential for growth. Understanding this dynamic opens new possibilities for both relationship choices and personal development. As we explore how to break these patterns, you'll discover how to transform unconscious attractions into conscious growth. Section 3, Choices. The moment you become aware of your unconscious attraction patterns, something shifts. Like turning on a light in a dark room, consciousness illuminates the hidden mechanisms guiding your choices. Start by tracking your attractions. What specific qualities consistently draw you in? What emotional states do these relationships create? Notice how certain partners seem to trigger the same core wounds repeatedly. This awareness doesn't immediately change the pattern, but it creates space between impulse and action, allowing new choices to emerge. They say the qualities we project onto partners actually belong to us. Your work begins with reclaiming these projections. That strength you always seek in partners. It's your own unlived power. The creativity you find magnetic. It's your unexpressed artistic nature. The freedom you admire. It's your own longing for liberation. Start exploring these qualities within yourself. Take small steps toward embodying what you've always sought in others. As you integrate these projected aspects, you'll find your attractions shifting from compensatory to complementary. Your original wounds from childhood created a template for love, but healing these wounds transforms your attraction patterns. This isn't about blaming your parents or past partners, it's about understanding how early experiences shaped your definition of love. Begin by connecting with your inner child, the part that learned love might mean abandonment, control, or conditional acceptance. Through inner dialogue, self-compassion, and possibly therapeutic support, you can offer this wounded part what it never received. As original wounds heal, the compulsion to recreate them in relationships diminishes. Look closely at your relationship history, it tells the story of your unconscious seeking wholeness. Each painful pattern contains a message about what needs healing or integration. Rather than viewing past relationships as failures, see them as your psyche's attempts to resolve old wounds and reclaim lost parts of yourself. You're not broken or doing relationships wrong, you're following an inner map toward wholeness. By understanding this map consciously, you can choose new routes toward the same destination. The path to authentic connection begins with self-connection. As you develop a stronger relationship with yourself, your need for others to complete you naturally diminishes. You'll find yourself attracted to partners who match your level of consciousness rather than your unresolved wounds. This doesn't mean perfect relationships, it means relationships based on mutual growth rather than mutual wounding. The magic of attraction doesn't disappear, it transforms from an unconscious compulsion into a conscious choice for growth. The journey from projection to authentic connection isn't about becoming perfect, it's about becoming whole. Your patterns weren't mistakes, they were stepping stones leading you back to yourself. In embracing both your light and shadow, you create the foundation for genuine love to flourish.